All right, guys, what's up? It's Lewis with Crypto Elite, and today's date is September 15th, 2018. Here is the market breakdown. So, on the weekly chart with Bitcoin, there's really two options that I see. First is in red, and that is that descending wedge that is coming down, and it's just going boom, 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 and it should come up and then come back down and then come back and come back down and eventually get somewhere around this like 4,800, 5,000 region. That's one possibility. Or I could actually bring this up and it could end up being right around the 5,800 region again. And that's where it would actually, can I do this? Does this make sense? Not really. But yeah, that, and then this would be one area and then this would be another area. That's one situation that I have on the weekly. The other situation I have is this green right here, these green lines. It's like a triangle. And so it could come up here and then come back down and then come up and then come back down and break straight down. That's another possibility. And then the third one is simply just hitting this trend line, or maybe because this is the lowest low, right? And then this is a higher low, and then this is a higher low. We are getting higher lows. So, I mean, it's possible that it won't even come back down. However, I think that what's going to happen, I think it's going to hit this red line and then come back down either to the green line or to the white line, or all the way down to the 5,000 region. Anyway, let's just go into what's actually happening right now. Let's bring it down to the 4 hour, right? That is pretty ridiculously looking. And so if you look at the 4 hour, let's just look at what's going down. Whoops, let me bring this back over here. You have this Elliott wave count right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And this could be an Elliott wave, and then you can have an ABC pattern. Go 1, 2, and then C. This could be C, but C's probably going to be coming up somewhere around here. Bringing it down into even the 1 hour, we're still in a pretty solid channel right here and right here, right? So it's still moving up. It's been bouncing off of the EMAs. It's bouncing off of this trend line over here. So we could still see this 6.6 region. The thing is, though, that if we zoom out a little bit and we bring it back to the 4 hour and we zoom out, yeah, it could reach the this level, like right over here, 6,600, right? However, if it goes past that, it has this entire. It has this range up to 6,680, 6,680, right? And then 6,750. But really, it could go all the way up to 6,800. Like, let's try to bring it back even more. You need to look. Let me get. Like right here, like at all of these, you need to look left and then see like where's the big resistance points. So I could see like right here, this is going to be a big resistance point. Actually, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this one because there's obviously a lot of resistance. So by the time it gets up here, it might hit it. But other than that, like there's like a huge gap right here, or not a huge gap, but like there's a gap of a couple percent right there, 1% right there. But that is only one little, like just one little dip. So it'll probably surge past that and come up to this level. This is the next level, as you can see. like right here, a lot of resistance, and then a few more resistance points over here. So this is more likely. It's like a little below 6,900, right? Anyway, so C wave could come up to 6,600. You could also see we're getting to that point. It hit it right here, it hit right here, it hit right here. So this is somewhat of a resistance as well. That's what I'm thinking it's going to do. And also you could see that it turned into support right here. So I'm thinking 6,599, like around 6,600 is the first opportunity to short, is around 6,600. And then if it goes past, if it goes like way past it, then 6,740 is really the next one. And then if it goes past that, I mean, I don't think we're going to bounce off of this. I think we would bounce off of this. So if it goes past that, then 6,900 would be the next one. And if you look at the Fibonacci, you know, you take from the high to the low, right? 6,900 is the 61.8 golden ratio. So I am 100% going to be shorting Bitcoin a little bit under 6,900, everywhere from between 6,800 and 6,900 is where I'm going to stack in my shorts, right? Because I'm going to start stacking in, because that's what I've fucking done, like when I was trading and doing really, really well, was stacking. And then I think it's going to fall from this area. So that's Bitcoin. If we do get up to this area and then we bounce back, the EMAs are really the place to stack your longs in again. So you would just have to, sorry, let me erase these things. Yeah, you would just basically take your brush tool and you would see where the EMAs are going to go. And then if it comes up here, if the price, you know, comes up here and then gets rejected, you would buy back at the EMAs. And the EMAs should be your point of reference of where you're going to buy it. And the thing is, this is really good. If you use the EMAs, right, and then the EMAs fall in line with prior support, like that's a perfect place to buy. So if the price comes up here, bounces down, and then the EMAs come up and they do something, you know, they do something like this, right? This would be a good place to buy, because you could see all the way back. I'll just draw it with this thing. All the way over here, there was all of this resistance, like, so if it comes back, the resistance turns into support, and then it could hopefully come back up again. So that's one thing right there. So let's look at ETH now. Ethereum is going pretty hard right now. Let me, erase this. There was that bullish divergence. That bearish divergence that I just saw. Let me get rid of this right here. Yeah. Where'd it go? Anyway, the first thing that you gotta do is just notice higher lows, just constant higher lows, constant higher lows, constant higher lows. You know, so it's been on a pretty good tear. Along with that, volume has been green. Not too bad, a lot better than like down here with the very, very low volume, right? It's above the EMAs. The EMAs have crossed over. So that's another bullish sign. This is on the 4-hour chart. Even I think on the daily, yeah, even on the daily, it's pretty ridiculous, to be honest. Wow, what a good, yeah, this would have been a really good time to long on the daily because of this candle right here. But anyway, going back to the 1 hour, what has been really happening is probably this. something like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth wave is happening right now. And what you could do is you could look, always look left. It went past this support level, which should have been a resistance. It went past that. This was the next resistance, and obviously it just busted through there. Now this was the next support back here, and it should have been a resistance, but it sort of busted through that. So now this is the next one, around $230, and then finally 242-ish. Wow. Yeah, if we keep on going back, there's nothing. Look, there's nothing there. There's really nothing else after this 240. Yeah, so if it busts through like 235, somewhere around here, that's gonna be it. It might hit 241. It'll have a little bit of resistance at 241, but like other than that, this 270 is like the biggest resistance again, right? Because you could see all of this cluster up here. So I'm thinking it'll come up, probably get rejected somewhere around the 230, because you could see right here, the RSI still has a little bit to go. I think the thing to realize is that this is on the hourly. So on the hourly, it looks like, we'll get rejected over here and then come back down a little bit. But you got to do that top-down analysis, and it's just like on the daily, it just seems like it's still pretty bullish. And that the next resistance is around the 270 level. But the thing that you have to see is right here. If this area on the RSI, in fact, I'll just bring up the regular RSI to make it easier. Same difference, If this area on the RSI gets broken, then we could see a little bit of an uptrend, right? So the daily still has a little bit more room to go, but overall on the 4 hour and on the hourly, the RSI is getting pretty oversold. Overbought. So my plan is to short it from this resistance level around 230, where this EMA is, where this 100 EMA is, and then short it back down. Hopefully it'll just keep on going down. But I'm gonna short it down probably 218-ish to around back to like this level for a little bit, for a 5% gain. The thing is though, I don't want to be in a short. I don't want to be in my short for too long because of this fact that on the daily, if you look at it, this is the perpetual swaps on BitMEX. So let me switch to Bitfinex, right? On the daily, look at this. It has lower lows, right? But on the RSI, it's higher. It's a bullish divergence on the daily. So to me, that means that we still have more room to go up, to probably reach somewhere around 260, 270 to reach around 270. So if you're going to be in Ethereum, I probably wouldn't like try to short it down to like 130 or something like that. It still might fall. It still might fall down there, but I think the better play would be to long it up to 270 if you want to wait like a week, you know, if you want to wait like a long time. But if you're playing the short term game, if you're playing like the day trades, I'm still in my short from here. I want to get rejected off of here, and then I want to buy it back in at the EMAs, at the lower EMAs, and then do that because I don't think it's going to break. I don't think it's going to break this area on the very first try. I think it's going to have resistance right here, and then it'll probably head up to the 270, 280 area. So that's really my play on Ethereum. And going down that list of like good trade, you know, is it a good trade? What we should do, what we still need to do is do the fib, right? So if you take the fib from the high to the low, what we're doing essentially is basically shorting at the 50 range, right? Because the 50% has this cluster right here, right? So we're going to be shorting somewhere around here, and thinking that it'll come back down. Why? Because of the confluence of the resistance right here and the 100 EMA. If it breaks through this, though, it'll probably come up. It could come up to the 61.8, right? Around 250, which would, there is this right here, right? I don't know, bringing it to the daily, we'll see if there's anything else, if there's any other like things around that area. Not really. So it might surge past the 61.8 actually, because I don't really see too many other things. It'll probably come up to the 78.6. That's more likely if it breaks through the 50%, right? And then it'll probably come up to the 78.6 around 273 before coming back down. So if you're swing trading, what you could do, it did just basically tear through the 23 and the 38. So what you could do is, if it gets rejected, if you want a long Ethereum, once it gets rejected and it comes back down, then you could go long, right, off of the EMAs or off of the Fibonacci, and then come back up and then take profits, you know, at these levels. If you're day trading it, you can do what I'm doing and short it at these levels, and then take profits at the 38. You know, short it at the 50, take profit at the 38, or short it at the resistance, and then take profit at the support. So it really depends on like what you want to do, how long you want to be in it. I feel like most people that are in our crypto elite group are just like always on top of everything. So the day trading is what I'm putting out. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that let me bring up this one other indicator too as well. So on the 4 hour, we do have, there's a long signal on the indicator that I use called the wizard, and then there is the fact that we're getting above the EMAs, right? So overall, Ethereum is starting to look a lot more bullish. So I'm a lot more cautious shorting now. I'll short when it gets to be oversold, or when there's the bearish divergences like there is right now. You could see, you know, the price is going up here and the price is going down here. So these areas, like, I'm good for shorting, and then getting out of it once it reaches the EMAs again, I'll buy back in. But I think for swing trading, and I think I might switch it up, and instead of shorting so much, I think I might switch it up to longing, because that is what I prefer doing, is trading with the trend, right? So I'm going to have to look at this a little bit more and determine a strategy after the strategy that I just talked about happens, where I short up here and then come back down and then buy back in, short up here, come back down, buy back in. Maybe I'll do both. Instead of just buying in at the EMAs and then selling at the resistance, I can short at the Fibonacci levels at like 50%, 61%, and then buy back in at the EMAs. That's another option. I'll keep you guys updated. You just got to be careful. I'd just be more careful shorting it, because overall Ethereum is looking just more bullish at this point. So yeah, I would start, the safer bet in my opinion is to start stacking in your buys at the EMAs, because you could see it finds support at the EMAs, keeps on finding support at the EMAs. That's the safer bet. When it's below the EMAs, you stack your shorts in when it hits it. Like right here would be a good opportunity to short. Right here would be a good opportunity to short. Right here would be a good opportunity to short. And all of this area. And that's what you would do when it's below, when the price is below the EMAs. When the price is above the EMAs, you long the pullbacks. So should have longed at around 208 all the way down to 202. I missed this yesterday because I was sleeping. But yeah, I think I'm gonna switch it up and start longing now. Right after I do my first the short that I'm in play for right now, to short right here, and then once it comes back down, I'm gonna long. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Where'd my little thing go? Here it is. Let me just do this one more time. So yeah, like, if you're going to short at this area, it needs to be quick. It definitely should not be a very long short. Like, it should be in the 15-minute chart, maybe the hourly chart, 30-minute chart. But like, I wouldn't stay in a short for too long, because Ethereum is now mostly bullish. So it's safer to buy at the supports, buy at the EMAs, and then ride it up and then sell it for a profit up here. So yeah, it might. Well, let me just bring this down a little bit. Yeah, so it's looking like this is what it's gonna do, and it might come up to this area too. If it comes up to this area, this would be a pretty good short. If it comes up to this is what I meant. If it comes up to this area, 250. 250 is the safer short at this point. 250 is the safer short. Yeah, I'm basically just repeating myself over and over again now, right? So long at the EMAs, short at the 61.8, short at the resistance levels, buy at the support levels. That's all you need to know.